Right, so this
Is
one...
this fucking... Oh no, I thought it was Tech and the Power of Juju. Never mind.
So, what?
Don't worry. Continue on. Apparently the jank's continuing on through.
Okay, we're just going to fight through the jank?
We're just going to fight through the jank.
This game's been out, and I'll apologize because the video in this is a lot more slickly edited. I'd put this together a while ago for something else that I was kind of working on, and I ended up using anything with it. But this is a game called KAKU Ancient Seal. Weird name, and I keep calling it Koku for some reason, but it's not. It's KAKU. KAKU.
Yeah, KAKU the Ancient Seal.
Small independent Chinese developer. Released this in early access, I'm going to say almost a year ago.
Right.
And it goes into, the version 1 comes out next week. In terms of Zelda clones that I've seen, this might be one of the best.
This tops it?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say it tops Zelda because Zelda is considered one of the best games ever made. But
now,
I think...
is it Zelda clone a la, like, Breath of the Wild, or is it Zelda clone a la Ocarina of Time?
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild.
So you've got 4... It's not completely open world. You've got 4 enormous open zones. And in those open zones, you've got... Basically, each one of them is an element. So you have a water element, a fire element, a stone element, and a lightning element.
I'm going to stop you right there real quick. Did you ever play Azuric, Rise of Parithia?
No.
It's an original Xbox title, and it follows that similar vein. Talk about that another time, but that is a fucking big nostalgic hit for me. Every time I see the main character, I feel like I'm getting gnomed.
Yeah, the character model is not amazing.
Look, it's stylized in a nice nifty way. Yeah.
The environments look fantastic. The combat is buttery smooth, and you've got each environment has an overland, which is what we're seeing here. This is a desert. This is for the earth element. And then there's an underland told through portals. So you go through these little portals, and there's puzzles. And this is where the kind of the Breath of the Wild sort of thing comes in, and we with the shrines and that sort of thing. Like, you go into a portal, you get taken to a puzzle, and you got to complete the puzzle to get items and that sort of thing. They're completely optional. And it's got a lot of the open world sort of tropes in it. A lot of like copy and paste in the open world things, and the puzzles are they're not kind of excluded from that, but they are quite cool in the sense that they are heavily focused on the element that the land has. Right. So like the water element, the puzzles, you've got to go through water puzzles. So, you got to make sure you don't drown and that sort of thing. The fire ones, you got to make sure you don't get burnt and things like that. You'll notice a really annoying pink thing flying around with me.
I do notice that, yeah.
Actually, just pause it right there.
Oh, I will
pause it right there. You're going to go back a little bit there because I reckon you might dig this.
This? From here?
Yeah, go from there. So the story is told through bite-sized chunks of lore. There's two types of story. So you've got this story. You've got these bandit-style characters, and they're like a tribe of bandits, and they're across all the different lands. And
Yeah.
And you go and you raid their camps, and you take their stuff, and you kill them all, and you use their cooking stuff to craft some potions and stuff.
Yep.
But you also get a book, and then in the book you get these little excerpts, and you learn about how the tribe came to be, the gods they worshipped, kind of how they got corrupted or didn't get corrupted.
God damn it! Why does this speak to me so much on a spiritual level? Why? What's wrong with me?
So you got there, from lightning they found fire, and they burned wood and vines to warm the colder night. So it's kind of like proverbs and that sort of thing.
This was his resting place, as peaceful as the clouds. Warm sunlight streamed through luxuriant leaves. Tell me more about the Erd tree and fucking
So it tells the story through there of these and these are more kind of designed around the general tribes and that. Yeah. And then you got this thing, which is it's like essentially like the book of God that you're getting, and there's the whole point of the game is you've got to get all of these. You got to fill the word of God, essentially like Moses' tablets, and then that tells you the origin of the world as you go through.
It's stylized like a squished Jack and Daxter game with big head mode turned on.
I think the pretty budget went into, there we go. So there's your blank steel.
Okay.
So that's the word of God, so to speak, and you're unlocking that, and you've got to find out what's happened because these worlds have become divided, and you're trying to bring them back together.
Yeah, and you're filling in the Pon Pon book too.
Yeah, the Pon Pon book, because the Pon Pons are the tribe.
Oh, okay.
The name for some reason.
Very cutesy. That's very Nintendo of them.
Yeah, it is. It is definitely a Nintendo-esque game. You know, there's no dialogue. It just goes.
Oh yeah.
There's a bit of dialogue in that.
See, well, hey, look, I know a new scary AI that's coming out where you. Okay. Oh, there's little bosses and stuff.
Yeah, there's bosses and there's actual big bosses as well. Some of the big bosses are pretty cool. This annoying little pink thiggy is probably the worst part of the game. That's Piggy.
Yeah.
Piggy has a series of attacks that you can use.
I see that you died at the same time.
They are, because it is so clunky to use Piggy. Holy smoke. So the world doesn't stop while you're loading them up.
Right.
Yeah, not good. So
can you control your character like...
Nope. If you either control Piggy or you control your character. If you're controlling Piggy, your character's stationary. So there's your skill tree. So it's a pretty sizable skill tree, and again, not much build based, but you can do a lot, and there's some pretty cool progression. You've got melee combat, obviously. You can power that up with your elementals as well. The more you go through each plane, the better you get with the elements.
Yeah.
You've got ranged attack, which is like a slingshot. And again, you can charge that up with like elemental stuff as well.
Right.
The combat's snappy as hell. It's really fast. It's really like responsive. The iframes are pretty generous.
Are there bits where you have to use? Is it Piggy?
Piggy?
Yeah.
Only in the puzzles, and that's not so bad.
Okay, thank fuck. Okay.
Because it's just like, we've got to burn these vines. So you use Piggy's fire breath to
burn
down the vines.
Okay.
That sort
Cool.
of thing.
All right.
So that's a giant worm. Dude,
It
that's a
looks
really good looking game. It's a real snappy game.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. So it's puzzles there. That's obviously a thing I forgot to cut out.
Core mechanic learned. Okay.
So that's KAKU. And look, dude, it's only $30 as well.
That's not fucking bad.
And it's a big game.
Baller time.
I had a pretty good time, and that's why I'm trying to tell you about it, because I like sharing things that I enjoyed playing. I put 20 hours into the early access of this. Didn't finish it. I think I got distracted with something else that was new and shiny at the time.
Do you know what's weird about that? You put 20 hours into the early access and didn't finish it. I finished the original build of Cyberpunk under 20 hours, which is how I got my refund because it was bugged the fuck out. So you're saying that this game will take more time than a plausible single playthrough of Cyberpunk?
Yep.
God damn.
Yeah, there's a lot of content in here.
But the question is, can you have weird VR sex in a tank?
Do you want to with KAKU there? Do you really want to? Do you want that thing coming at you?
Which one? Piggy?
Piggy, no!
Piggy down!
Look, I think if you are in the market for a fairly fun and casual Zelda clone, and you don't want to pay Nintendo's prices for 5-year-old games, this might be the winner for you. It's $30, man.
Plays fine with a controller?
Fantastically you play on a controller.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Plays fantastically on a Steam Deck or an Ally.
Yeah.
I had this thing running silky smooth on my Ally. It's a thorough recommend. And again, I'm showing it to you because I had a good time in early access, and it goes full version 1 in a couple of days. KAKU, Ancient Seal.